Well, first with the president, next with members of Congress. We're talking about Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's very busy schedule. Right now, he's headed for a face-to-face sit-down with top House Republican Speaker Mike Johnson. The big talking point, the president's thoughts about the U.S. taking over the Gaza Strip potentially, including whether U.S. troops would be boots on the ground to make that plan happen. Here's an exchange. We wanted to let you hear it.
Mr. Netanyahu, do you think troops are needed in Gaza?
Are we in?
To make this plan feasible?
No.
So asking about, do you think it's feasible that U.S. boots would be on the ground? He said a very clear no. But let's go live to CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small. Taurean, Congress has the power of the purse. Johnson has great power where writing checks are concerned. So really, what's Netanyahu's end game with Congress?
Yeah, Reed, interesting enough, and I looked down to check recent notes that we got, readouts of that hearing. Democrats coming out of that meeting with Netanyahu said that they didn't actually discuss in detail Trump's proposal for a Gaza takeover by the U.S., nor did they say that there would be a feasible consensus around sending troops to the ground to help see that plan through. We just heard Netanyahu say there that succinctly, no troops would be needed in order for this plan to happen. What I'm imagining happen, though, as Netanyahu makes his rounds around Capitol Hill, he's looking to encourage lawmakers to continue with allyship through support, especially as the government looks through this drastic reformation. We see USAID at the center, a lot of controversy around here as Elon Musk looks to make slashes through the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. He wants to reaffirm that the U.S. has Israel's back and further aid won't be in jeopardy like we're seeing across the board.
Well, we also know that the president, who's taking cues from Elon Musk, is going into these meetings knowing about those line item issues as he meets with lawmakers who he needs, again, to write the checks. What could this meeting reveal about Mr. Trump's top priorities?
Well, the big budget reconciliation is top of mind for President Trump and lawmakers. Speaker Johnson, before he headed to the White House, although he's on his way back now to meet with Netanyahu, said that he wants one bill, as the president previously called it, one big beautiful bill, but he's hoping to start there with one bill for reconciliation to get a lot of the priorities out of the way. On the Senate side, though, there doesn't seem to be the same train of thought. Senator Tom Tillis said that he's looking at a couple of ways to get this through. He said the House can do its thing. The Senate, though, is looking to probably get forth a smaller bill first that would include measures to secure funding for President Trump's U.S.-Mexico southern border, but then also wants to look at those other priorities through how they could approach spending that way, too. So it's incongruent there, Reed.
Right.
You have the House looking at just one measure. You have the Senate looking at another. Ultimately, they'll have to meet in the middle for this budget reconciliation process to happen effectively.
Well, and you mentioned government reformation. We have to keep in mind that the government is still forming, informed by those confirmation hearings. You've got an update on some of those Senate confirmations. What's going on there?
Yeah, so Trump's pick for his next budget chief, Russell Vought, is already clear through committee. The Republicans passed a procedural vote to get him to the floor, but Democrats are utilizing a procedure that allows them to debate up to 30 hours. From when it started to when it will end, that means he could see a full vote on the floor by around 7 p.m. tonight. I haven't seen any significant pushback from Republicans, so seeing that there probably won't be 4 defectors, he's all but guaranteed to be the next budget chief for the president. Kash Patel is one that we're watching. We know that Senator Grassley, who's the head of the Senate Intel Committee, has postponed his vote out of committee. We were watching to see what some of those on-the-fence Republicans will do with this. That will determine where it goes, but it looks like he has the support there as well. What the timing looks like for a floor vote is to be seen, but if he is voted out of committee next week, we could see that happen, a floor vote by the end of the week at some time as well.
All right, 24 hours to go, and then your week is mailed in. Taurean Small, thank you so much for keeping us updated every minute of this week.